Welcome back to another episode of Interview with the Vampire. We are now on episode 5. Absolutely. I'm ready to jump right into this reaction. Before I do, I just have to give you guys a special shout out and a thank you. We are over 70,000 subscribers. I believe we are over 15.6 million views in just a few weeks, and overall we are over 65 million views, over that for the whole entire platform. So that's a huge accomplishment, and I cannot do it without all of you. So thank you once again for clicking this reaction, for enjoying all of these reactions with me, the movies and the TV shows. We have all these moments that we share together, and once again, I cannot do this without you guys. So thank you. Now, without further ado, let's jump into Interview with the Vampire and find out exactly why am I doing all of this? I don't know. Let's get into the show. Episode 12, don't be afraid, just start the tape.
Proper roles, a less dictatorial approach to the coven was embraced by my love. Working in the same library every night that month. Hypnotized security as one does. Hot.
Iron pillars holding up terracotta domes. A light trick.
Trying to remember what occupied one's time when one was ignorant of the plotting around him.
Grab that.
Santiago had broken into our part.
Just a note to my assistant, it's nothing.
What did you want to grab, Daniel? Trying to remember what occupied one's time when one was ignorant of the plotting around him.
Impersonal pronoun, one's time, one didn't.
And that indicates what?
You're getting close to something you want distance from.
And the vampire of Louis' age is fighting the narcoleptic pull of the sun.
Or that.
Is this Malik?
It is, sir.
Shall we take our business to the living room?
Who are they?
They are not your concern.
Hey! Your friend here is a hot-headed young man, huh? Tell him to buy a Bugatti, crash it into the guardrails.
Armand rarely eats, so when he does, he prefers to hunt for it. Made enough crypto to, well, most anything you want.
When he can't find an arms dealer dumb enough to answer his ad, he's ditching us.
He'll have Malik begging for it in an hour.
Follow up with the Vampire Armand about diet and exercise. Everything in its right place before the theater burns down.
A little deceitful, but it's enterprising. Is that what makes you fascinating?
The coffee!
He had a paper bag
Daniel.
over her head. She agreed, and you did it.
Daniel.
How long is your boyfriend's lunch again? The bookshelves caught my ear. This time I won't save your life. You bit me, I blacked out, he ripped you off me, dumped me in a drug den. Hundreds of thousands of kills. How often has Armand spared a life?
What?
Armand could see I was partial to you. He had a hunch you might prove fruitful in later times.
Blur. Woke up in a parking lot in Milwaukee once, don't know how I got there.
What's the question, Daniel?
We cabbed to your place in Divisadero. You paid. Did we?
Oh! Hold on!
Getting some bail bondsman, post-divorce vibes. Real estate mogul?
Maybe.
A lot of things. Does that scare you, boy?
Ooh.
Climb in it, close the lid, and bang? Am I the first guy that you brought back here?
The fifth, Tommy Fun from the Sasanian Empire.
All of your slickness at the bar, all that's gone.
What do I seem like now, boy? Cocaine's a fun boy's drug. I'm not fun.
I prefer you like this. All dark and real.
What are you doing?
Fulfilling my side of the social contract.
So, we didn't. I really thought we did.
Do you want to now? San Francisco. Psychedelics, disco biscuits. You offered something off the menu. I like predicting what overlooked product will flourish in time. Worth is often miscalculated because of
Hugh?
minor factors.
Did you gravitate to San Fran as a hub for homophiles?
Paris, in the 1940s, a more formative liberation for me.
Take this serious. I forgot to put a tape in.
I'm a vampire.
Okay.
Hi. Fuck, man. Are you the Zodiac Killer?
They never found out who that was.
Don't be afraid. Just start the tape.
Just start the tape.
You weren't always a vampire, were you?
I was a 33-year-old man when I became a vampire. I believe I want to give simple answers. I want to tell the real story. You shook more then than you do now.
What I remember most, other than that you were an alien, eager you were to spill. No coaxing on my part, no journalism per se.
It was gratifying to tell you what I was after mingling with humans for so long.
I have some outstanding questions about 1973. Why you talked to me in the first place?
You had curiosity, swagger.
Nah.
Who would come looking if another drug-addled homophile disappeared?
120 minutes. For me. I want to know, for me, what happened between us.
What's the next thing you remember?
You eviscerating Lestat.
He had a dark pull. Lestat was trivial, vapid, sterile, and contemptible.
Big time asshole.
He appeared frail and made of dried twigs with a thin, carping voice. Played without an iota of feeling. Looking away at the notes with all the emotional acuity of a monster.
Figured that out. Just by then, you paid a biblical price for your first love.
I didn't mean to.
No, that was astute, boy.
Do the fang thing again?
The next thing that happened was you detonated.
Watched Claudia disappear into the night.
I'm kind of with her. Get off that bench, brother.
Carrying her off into her future. A future I would be absent for seconds. It was the only choice. The wrong choice. I had nothing. Nothing but the bench I was sitting on. All I had to do was watch the sun come up, let it bleach my bone.
What, you were just gonna end it? I mean, what about life? I mean, we gotta carry all this shit, and you had to take it out, and you were just gonna throw it away? Since you used the past tense about her, I figured
She what?
Give it to me. I won't waste it. I think you could use me. I could be your Lestat, your Claudia, but better. I mean, I got a little bit of both of them in me.
The role I've told you is what you asked for, boy!
Understand the meaning of your own story.
Not sure that killing me was a totally warranted response to my idiocy. The sheer number of times I said, and then what?
All the drugs in your blood, it all went back into me.
Prize-winning journalism. And then what?
Daniel?
Yeah.
A hesitation.
I have a surprise for you. Like less of a surprise and more like a ambush.
Is that our original interview?
Turns out I had a copy saved in the cloud.
You're a liar, Dan.
So are you, Louis.
Betty Hutton drowning out the indecipherable moaning and yelling.
Researcher, assistant. She's a bit of an audiophile, and, well, she cleaned it up a bit. That's Armand saving me.
What? Morning!
I lost time.
It's gone, the room's soiled, and once again I'm here with mop and mindlessness to clean it up. You make the mess, and I clean it up. Mark it on the calendar, align it with Ursa Major. Revealing our nature to a reporter. You met in a bar 10 hours ago. What if it was published on your feet from the drugs you stopped
This
with?
is boring. You're boring.
Here come the drugs.
Colorless.
Up the flames.
Flavorless.
Down the throat.
Dull. 10 hours I spent with that boy are fascinating. Then decades with you. Half blank, half apocalyptic. Look, do you want to lick my boots or chop my hands off?
Oh, it's so hard to be me.
Picking lint
It's so
off
hard
the
to
sofa?
kill human.
Put your head in the way.
Everyone I know wrongs me.
Okay. That vampire groomed me into a little bitch.
Brother,
The
he
vampires
tossed
have
himself
murdered
off
my
a roof. Lestat.
I talked shit about him the whole time.
The name unuttered in our home for 23 years, said over and over again.
Aren't about him.
And you threw her name around just for cover, but it always circled back to him.
Loved her.
But she didn't love you. Not like he did. Not like I have.
Yes. I know. Thank you for saying. What the? It's all of it. coming back. You hear that? Can you hear her? She's calling me.
I think that's you running out of the room. Hear that?
Remember any of this?
First door opens. Slam. Second door slams. Metal door. Runs after you. Metal door opens to scream. Where does Armand follow you, Louis?
Outside?
It's morning. Door opens. Slams. Metal door.
Trying to kill himself?
I walked into the sun.
Oh.
I'm remembering it now.
Ask you a really loaded question, Louis. And then what?
Tar coming off me.
The pain.
Like a noise in my body. Pieces of my life gone. I knew who I was without those pieces.
Wait, get the story straight first.
The pain.
Must be exquisite. You drained a drug fiend. You said the worst things you've ever said to me. What is it?
I'm sorry.
Meaningless word. Or slants, slightly north. The boy's blood flowed that way.
He's alive.
The boy.
Don't.
He's just fine.
Don't.
This is fine. We're all fine.
Get me in that apartment for how long?
You were there, Daniel.
I don't remember. There's someone else there.
He's fine. A neighbor saw you while he was taking out the trash. I had to chase him down.
How is he able to be on the sun?
Floor slants slightly north. The boy's blood flowed that way.
There's a TV in the corner near the corpse. Surely I'm next.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. The door frame is blocking you.
Finds the recorder under the TV. He ejects the tape.
Yeah.
Flips it over.
I hear my voice on the recorder.
The more you liked it, Mercedes like was style. It was always a young man. Because they stood on the threshold of maximum possibility of
Rest.
life.
He's commandeered your body.
Rise. Polynesian Marys, I was with Louis.
I can't
Move your body.
I don't want
To die. On that item. I'm told you've lived a fascinating life.
I never said that.
No, Louis did. Confessed his innermost secrets to you. 128 boys he's brought here.
He said 5.
And you're the first he didn't consummate and drain.
That's
Warrants investigation.
I could be on my knees in a second.
Vera,
She's a single mother. Works at a titty bar on Market Street.
think in all these fools you'd arrived at some ineffable truth. An instinct to self-efface. Is that what makes you fascinating?
I can't feel my body. It's freaking me out.
No. You're going to teach me how to be fascinating.
Leave him be, Armand!
Stole your dad's Playboy magazines, sold them at recess. Told a girl you'd only do her if she had a paper bag over her head. That what makes you fascinating.
My legs are starting to cramp.
Louis thinks I'm boring.
I have Charlie horse left leg.
Do you find me boring? Do you want to hear my story?
Yes.
First memory.
Oh, Lord.
I'm being run down by slavers in Delhi. An eager black hole. Not hopeful there's much more to you, Daniel, other than a hole.
I was in Zheleznogorsk to interview an operative for the KGB. I was the one being interviewed.
Your point?
No point. Other than fuck your boyfriend.
I'd hurt him, but I was fragile, an invalid.
President Spiro T. Agnew may be close to resigning. Grand jury over the vice president's allegedly receiving illegal...
Saturday. Boyfriend
I'm with him now.
was in a trance of some sort.
Go back to the chair.
Saturday
The
evening,
TV.
Vice President Spiro T. Agnew. Service stations may be charging less for gas this morning. I can't get up, it hurts.
Yeah, it's you. You keep saying coffin. My nose is bleeding.
Some service stations may be charging less for...
Armand, put me in the coffin.
Listing the maximum...
Rest.
Consumers and...
Oh. He
I
healed
listened
him.
to the tapes. All of them twice. The start, the start.
When all I talked about him was trash.
It's not exactly how you've talked about him to me. Did I catch you in a fantasy? Or book displayed in the shop window while he buys himself a copy? Escape from this prison of empathy I've locked you away in. All you had to do was ask, Louis. I know where he is. I found his voice among the many.
No.
It's done.
No.
Yes. I'm here.
He's waiting for you.
No.
This is your chance, Louis. I am your maker's voice. Louis.
Mon cher.
Mon cher.
Why are you ill? What's happened to you?
Why are you ill?
Tell him I love him, Armand. Tell him, Armand. Ooh. Tell him.
You was my mate. There's nothing more.
You left me for death. I atoned. For my part. Paris. Am I a reminder of the worst of it? I'll finish cleaning up. Rest.
He said that to me too.
Rest.
Bunch of words. But it started with rest.
I've been calling to you for some time. From the unnamed malaise you feel Sunday afternoons. And now here I am and you can rest.
I don't want to rest.
After all the garishness of life, the jostling,
Like my life.
the dull thrum of desperation in you, you already know who you'll be. A job in an office with drab carpets and flickering lights. A genteel drinking problem like your father. Your children shying away from you.
Sheesh.
Faced by a seething, boiling regret. Light turns green.
Bing!
Horns honking. You don't move.
I have a thing happening in the city. A bright young reporter with a point of view.
Shh. A comfortable chair. An easeful death.
Oh, you trying to kill him?
Rest. It'll feel like a bath. Rest. Like honey on your tongue.
Damn, it's so comforting, Dad.
And
Rest.
I'm holding you. You rest now. I'm cleaning up the mess.
Doesn't need cleaning. The testament to our companionship, of its endurance. This boy to live out the night.
Are you asking, Maître?
No, Aru, I'm not asking.
Damn, he keeps getting big. How is he not a vampire?
Page 484. The voice of God or an angel talking to you. A young reporter with a point of view. There are stories that need to be told. These are the words you'll hear in your mind like a tape playing over and over. These words will hold you up and carry you. They are your lifeline. That's a freebaser I befriended for a few days at the drug den. He told me to get my shit together, and then he Richard Pryor'd right in front of me. He was already all burnt up. Figured I'd conflated the two events because it was you. Fucked up 2 daughters, but I stayed a journalist. I was never so lost I couldn't hold down a job.
We, I think, gave you more drugs, fed you a truncated version.
He bit you.
You bit me.
You blacked out in a drug den.
Armand fogged my brain,
He bit you.
redacted himself. And what accounts for why you didn't? You remember right up until when you bit me, and I remember right up until when you bit me. Same precise edit on 2 brains.
How was your lunch?
Entertaining. He made it all the way to Burj Khalifa.
We paused Paris, reminisced about San Francisco. It started with Daniel. He asked why you saved him in 1973.
I had a hunch. Daniel might prove fruitful in later times.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Well, I don't know. By the ending of this episode, I am super emotional. I just kind of want to start crying. I think the acting is such a top tier show. I don't know why it's not talked about more often in the circle of my friends, in the circle of their friends' friends, in the circle of their friends' friends. honestly, if I was a vampire, you all would be screwed watching this because you'll probably be dead. Just in case you're wondering, would I be a peaceful vampire if the word is absolutely not 2 words, so words. This episode was one of my favorite episodes of both seasons, one of them. This, I'm kind of curious what the vast majority of people thought about this episode, what the rating would be. I would give this episode a 10, just so you guys, just in case you guys are wondering what I would give this episode. Interview with the, what episode? Vampires Season 2, Episode 5. I am a DB because that is, honey, where I always go. This is not what I want to click. Let's go here. I'm very curious what the people said. Feel free, by the way, to comment down below about what rating you would give this episode and what is your feelings thus far this episode. A 9.3. Well, there's only 168 people who voted right at the moment. But like I said, I would give this episode a 10. It was that fucking good. I also, at this point, am super confused about how people, or what people feel about Armand, what people feel about Louis, what people feel about Lestat. Take Lestat out, because generally everybody likes Lestat, thus far that I read. And everybody likes Claudia. But when I first started, or the ending of last season, I believe, the very ending, and then into this season, I feel like Armand was this talked about character that the vast majority of people that know or read the books that think about Armand, they call him a liar, they say he's very powerful, that he's not a good person, vampire thing, and that was the general feeling overall. But by the last episode, there was a few people who comment, and trust me, I read all of your comments. So once again, thank you for the millions and the millions watching around the world. Barnum Bailey Circus is where I got that from, as well as The Rock on WWF. I'm borrowing shit. Anyways, people started to seem like, or were saying in the vast majority, that they're all crazy characters. They all got issues. They all are effed up people, vampires, things. And now I'm back to square one. Like, wait, hold on, what does that mean? But when we got into this episode, it shows you that vampires, although they are vampires, they're also very human-like as well, because that's where they derived from. That Louis' emotional feelings, everything that he was going through, I feel like, you ever been through a relationship that you were so madly in love? I know I have, right? You're so madly in love with somebody, and then when you break up with that person, you are disheveled, you are not yourself. Love has the tendency to be one of the strongest. They say that your brain is the strongest thing in a person's body, even over your heart. Your brain has the power to even make you sick. Your brain has the power to make your heart sick. Your brain has the power to make you do shit that you normally would never do, especially if you are hurt. And this also is just another one of those threading situations where love and the mind, and Louis' mind, although he's a vampire, the human side of him is still hurt with Lestat and the situation with Lestat, and I'm assuming Claudia at this time, because obviously whatever happened in Paris with Claudia, which by the way, I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the ending of Claudia. I'm going to be an emotional wreck. This is a disclaimer. I feel it coming. I have it up here. Even talking about it makes me want to start crying. I connect with Claudia. I understand Claudia, but here I go, ADD is real, I do got it. So whatever happened with Louis and San Francisco and Lestat brought it over where certain things triggered him with Daniel and how Daniel was, because Daniel was a drug fiend and he was just wanting drugs, it seems. And he was doing this interview, but he was just, Daniel is just, no hair on the tongue is what they call it. He just says how he feels, which could be a good thing, and at this point, it was a horrible thing. And Louis' actions by biting and trying to kill Daniel, Armand's jumping in here, saving the day, is what all, I forgot the point of what I was saying, y'all, but it caused all of this shit. right? So it's very interesting that they are shining a light on Louis having all of these emotions, all of this stuff. And as much as he seems to be into Armand, it seems like he also seems to be not into Armand. We always get this. Armand seems to be like somebody who will fall in love and becomes obsessed. So you have that situation. You have obsession. You have obsession on two parts. Louis being obsessed with Lestat and possibly Claudia, but as Armand said, you talk about Claudia, but it always turns over to Lestat. And then you have Armand, who's obsessed with Louis. And then Daniel's just being like, yep, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm just here. This episode was extremely, extremely powerful. So as I was also saying, that I now don't know where the vast majority of people feel about these vampires, about these characters. Like, what team are you on? If you are on a team, are you saying, let's just open up the window and let the light shine, 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 shine bright on their bodies and burn them to the holy crisp? Also, side note to a side note to a side note, why or how can Armand actually go out in daytime and Armand wasn't burned? Armand grabbed Louis. Is Armand that strong that he could actually, because it seemed like he was just chilling during the daytime too. Like, you know, Louis had to go to sleep. Armand was still wide awake over here doing his creepy crawler things. And he went out into the sun and he was not burnt, at least not what we've seen. Does he heal quicker? I know he's an ancient vampire, I get that, but like, what is, like, is he a day walker? Can he walk during the day? And when they were saying like, oh, when Daniel asked Louis, were you born a vampire? And Louis was like, no, I became a vampire at the age of 30 or 33, whatever it was. Right away in my head, I was like, damn, I wish I was born a vampire. If you were born a vampire, I'm sure you would be like super strong. You might be stronger than Armand because you already have that blood in you. You were born this way. Born this way! That was a reminiscence of Lady Gaga. And I don't think I said reminiscence right. I don't think that's the word. But anyways, so I'm very curious. I know that like we're with Armand, and Armand is a very interesting character, but I can't help to wonder, or can't help but to wait until we meet a vampire stronger than Armand. Like, that would be amazing. And I know they're out there because there's vampires older than Armand. And I just want, I really want to get there. Like, I want an evil, I want a vampire that literally doesn't give a fuck. Like, will be like, who gonna check me, boo? Like, a vampire like that. Like, and I don't know if they have it ever in this show or in the books. Let me actually look. Is there a vampire that is the strongest in Anne Rice books? Let's just see. Okay, so it's Lestat. So it says, this is what it says right here, y'all. It says Lestat. Lestat is Anne Rice Chronicle Novels. He was born in the 1700s. Lestat is an immortal vampire and the anti-hero of the franchise. Okay, well that doesn't really answer my question. Lestat is stronger than Armand. Okay. I won't continue reading on more, but it seems like the vampire in the Anne Rice books, in her world, is going to be Lestat. He is the strongest. And I remember that in the last episode, they did say that Lestat was like born to be, or somebody commented, I don't know if somebody commented or if they said it in the show, that Lestat was born to be a vampire, like born to be what he is. And he obviously learned tricks to the trade of everything through all these other vampires. And we also know, sorry, gold microphone. I'm so sorry that I just hit you like that. Poor gold microphone. Don't you guys love the gold microphone? Anytime you guys see me bring this gold microphone down, you know it's about to get real. But we're not there yet. Anyways, so Lestat is, how can Lestat be stronger than Armand? Armand is older than Lestat. So I wonder if that was just somebody's opinion, or is Lestat really stronger than Armand? But Lestat as well is also learning all of the tricks to the trades, the slips to the slades. Don't ask me what those words mean. I like to rhyme. From all these other vampires, so who knows? But regardless, I feel like we're getting very close, we are, to winding down. Let me see how many episodes there are of this season. I think we talked about this. There's 8 episodes, so we have 3 more. The next episode is called Like the Light, by which God made the world before he made light. Well, could the title be any longer? Like the Light, by which God made the world before he made light. Well, there's that. I don't know what the hell that title means, so I'm just gonna leave it there. One thing I have to say is I hope that we'll be able to, so all of you guys, please share this video, like the video, comment down below. But I hope that the fandom continues to grow with this particular, like, I know AMC tried to do Mayfair Witches, and I'm gonna give it a try again. But if they don't bring it in season 2, I'm leaving it alone. Cause season 1 it wasn't that bad, but it was until the ending. Right, but the point of me saying this is, I hope that this particular franchise, I know that Anne Rice has a lot of books, right? And I really do hope that we'll be able to, Anne Rice Interview with a Vampire books. I wanna know how many books there are. How many? Okay, somebody is typing ferociously down below. There are 13 books in the series, and the first one is adapted into the successful movie, Brad Pitt and whatever. So there's 13 books of the Anne Rice, The Vampire Chronicles. And I believe that everybody said, I know you guys have commented ferociously down below, that this is a play on the first 2 books, the first season and the second season, right? Or is this the first and the second season broken down into only the first books, and we're slowly touching on the second book? I don't think we're getting that much into whatever the second book is called. I'm kind of curious. Interview with a Vampire or Chronicle second book title. Let's see. The Vampires Chronicles, Anne Rice. Oh, that's the Queen of the Damned. So it seems like, yeah, we're definitely on only the first book. Anne Rice, we're definitely only on the first book, y'all. Vampire books in order. You were definitely only in the first book. So Interview with a Vampire, and then The Vampire Lestat. Okay, so that's what it is. I think that we're mixing a little bit of The Vampire Lestat, I believe, in this particular season. But I think that you guys said the Interview with a Vampire, like we're still in it. Or are we only in the Interview with a Vampire in the second season because we're still interviewing the vampire? Is the Vampire Lestat something else? I feel like this season wouldn't be the Vampire Lestat. Like, what have we really learned about Lestat? We're not there. We're still dealing with the interview portion of the books, it seems. So I think I'm answering my own questions. But for those that do not know, but then it has, let me just read you what I see here. The Vampire Chronicle books in order: Interview with a Vampire, The Vampire Lestat, that came out in 1985, The Queen of the Damned, 1988, The Tale of the Body Thief, 1992, Some Word I Can't Say, The Devil, 1995, The Vampire Armand, which is where we are, 1998, Merrick came out in 2000, Black and Gold came out in 2001. Anne Rice did pass away, right? She did. Then we have Blackwood Farm, 2002, Blood Canticle, I guess, 2003, Prince Lestat, 2014, Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis, 2016, and Blood Communion, A Tale of Prince Lestat, 2018. And then Anne Rice has other monster type things as well. And New Tales of Vampire books in order. So she even created other vampire books, but she didn't make that many. And then she jumped to the Christ the Lord. Christ the Lord of Egypt. She was hitting everything, honey. Anyways, that's good. Anyways, this was a very good episode. Once again, a 10 out of 10. I really can't wait to actually watch it again while I edit it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Full reactions will be available for my Patreon members as well as my YouTube channel memberships. The links, of course, are down below. Do not forget to subscribe to this platform as well as my other platform, Andres Reacts, just in case you guys have not done so. The link to that is down below as well. I will see you all next time with more reactions.